Hey everyone, and welcome to this month's devotional series. This is week 1 on servant evangelism. We're just going to be talking about different perspectives on what the scriptures have to say in regarding to serving others. And today we're going to start out in Matthew 20, verses 27 through 28. And we're going to start right in the middle of the verse. Whoever desires to become great among you, let him be your servant. And whoever desires to be first among you, let him be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So here Jesus is talking to his disciples, and 2 of them in particular have come up to him asking to be at his right hand in heaven, to be his right hand men, that place of a position of power or honor, as you could call it. And Jesus is saying, look, this is not what I've come to do. I've not come to establish some hierarchy, some leadership that has to do with, some ruling over others. He flips the idea of leadership on its head and said, if you really want to be a leader, then serve others, serve your neighbor. Because even Jesus is talking about himself here. He's saying, even I came here to serve and to give my life as a ransom. So just what does that speak to for us and how we should be, willing and wanting to serve those around us. So just kind of helps us get the right perspective. Jesus kind of checks the disciples on the way that they're thinking, and I think that can be helpful for us sometimes. Today we're going to get into another verse on what the Bible has to say about serving others. And this week we're going to be talking through Matthew 5, 14 through 16, which says, "You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand. And it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." See, this is a metaphor that we are given because, as Christians, we have been given the light, the good news, the gospel. And it's not something that's been given to us so that we can just hold on to it or, as it says here, to hide it from others. We're supposed to project that for all to see. We're supposed to put it in this verse. It says, put it on a lampstand, make it very clear. And that's just, one way that we're to live our lives as Christians. And one way that we can do this, that we can show the good news that we have within us through what Jesus has done for us, is by serving others. So, we've been given this light. So in what way can you go and give it to others? And there's a lot of different ways we can do that. We can do that through just loving on people, through serving them, praying for them. All these are different ways that we can exercise this. So maybe this week, just look for ways that you can do that. What ways can you show the light of Jesus in your lives to others? Today we're going to be going through a portion of 1 Corinthians 9. And here Paul is saying, "For though I am free from all, I have made myself a servant to all, that I might win more of them." See, here he's talking to the Christians in Corinth, and he's talking about the Jews who aren't Christians, who still follow Old Testament law. And Paul used to be one of these himself. And he is telling them to basically check their priorities, because they are refusing to follow Jewish law, but as a result, they are losing the witness that they have to the Jewish non-Christians. You see, Paul is saying, look, I'm willing to maybe act like a Jew in some cases. I'm willing to follow some of their laws in order to have a platform through which I can share the gospel. And we see Jesus do this as well when he talks to tax collectors, different sinners. He goes and spends time with them so that he's able to serve them and eventually share the gospel with them. And I think this is a great message for us as Christians, because a lot of times we can push away people who are different or don't agree with us. But in a lot of cases, I think in those times we're sacrificing our ability to serve them and share the gospel with them. So I just really challenge you guys to think about that and what is our priority when it comes to sharing the gospel of Christ and having a witness to different people. Today we are finishing up with a passage from John 13. And here Jesus is just finished washing the feet of the disciples. And he says, "Do you understand what I have done for you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. So here it kind of seems like, okay, like why would I be going around washing a bunch of people's feet all the time? Like, is that the only way to serve them? Like, why is Jesus saying this? Well, first of all, this is a lot more common during the time that Jesus was on earth because people wore sandals all the time and there was a lot less pavement, so people's feet were just naturally dirty. But in this case, he's also referring to, just like we've been talking about, just serving people, but not in a way that it's an event, not like, well, always events can be good, but not that it's always an event where we're going out and we're washing somebody's feet, or maybe we're bringing them food, or we're doing something, going out and intentionally serving, but so that it's not restricted to just that time. It's not restricted. Jesus wasn't just being a servant when he was washing the disciples' feet. He lived his life in a way where servitude was who he was, and it came out in every different way and form of life. So I think as Christians, we can really see this and say, okay, yeah, like it is good to have things planned or things that we can go do to serve people, but it's so much more than just going out and doing it. It's the way we live. It's who we become, and we're called to be servants for Christ. And when we do this, it gives us such a better platform to be able to preach the gospel of Christ to these people and just to have conversation. We hope you guys enjoyed this month's series on servant evangelism for our Passages devotions. We post these every week on our Instagram, on IGTV, so make sure you guys go check it out so you can see them there. But other than that, just please like and subscribe, and we hope to see you guys in our next video.